Hello and welcome to this week's Something for the Weekends with Jonathan.
And with Tony.
There we go.
So we rehearsed that? No, we didn't.
We never rehearse. No. We never rehearse. Okay, so this week we'll be going through a few products that we've listed on this week's mailouts, beginning with the Nissei DG103. Here we go.
Here it is.
So, brief rundown on the 103. You've probably seen the 503. Or
Very popular 503.
503. Nice LCD display.
Yeah.
Orange in colour, or amber, depending on which.
I've got amber.
Which suits which radio?
Oh, some of the old icons had amber backlights.
Yeah.
TS2000.
TS2000 and TS590SG.
TS590SG, 857, 897.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah. Good thinking.
Good
thinking. So yeah, as I said, it moves on from the 503. The 103, the main kind of selling point with regards to this is the power that it handles. So if you'd like to describe it a little bit more, Jonathan.
Sure. So differences from with this and the 503. The 503 HF, VHF, UHF. This is just HF. It's 1.6 to 60 megs. So I suppose 6 meters as well. And it's got two ranges on it in terms of your power handles. You've got 0 to 300 watts or 300 to 1.2 kilowatts. So you can, if you've got a,
is that PEP or?
That will be PEP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still aware.
There we go. So if you're if you've got a nice 1K amp, so and you want to make sure that it's producing the power it's supposed to, one of those with a nice dummy load on it would be absolutely perfect.
Okay, and standard SO239s I see on the back.
Standard SO239s, we set the PL259. That's all I can say about that, really, isn't there?
Very true, yeah.
and a DC input.
Makes sense. 12 volt standard.
12 volt, yeah.
Exactly.
Power supply.
So yeah, really simple to use. I know Martin's picked up one of these as well for his new shack.
Yes.
Which is coming along well, I've been told.
I hear he's got the antenna up.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we know what he's gone for?
No idea. It was very secretive.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, look out for G4HKS on the air, or keep your...
Well, in the podcast that hasn't come out yet, Gary and I spotted him on 160.
Honestly?
Yeah, we spotted him on 160. He wasn't on air, but we decided we'd just spot him on 160 because that's where he's going to be.
Just one set.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Okay, so yep, that's the DG103 done.
Next up, we've got. Oh, what are you going for?
I'm going for the big box.
Going for the big box.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going for the big box.
I'll pick it up for you then.
Thank you.
So this is the.
We should have gone for a smaller box because I'm struggling a little bit with height here.
So this is the Super Antenna MP1 LX Max. So this is one of the Super Antennas. It's very much in the LX Max. No, that's top end. I was thinking of the DX Max. No, LX Max is top end. Absolutely everything you could possibly want. It comes with the larger tripod. It comes with all the coils, all the radial kits as well. I mean, I could go through all the bits on it, but it's all on the website. It is the top of the range super antenna.
It is. Lots of models with the range, basically, of super antennas. If you do have one of the older super antennas, which was a straight MP1.
Straight MP1, yeah.
We do the 2-meter coils. So we have these back in stock. Strategically placed as usual.
Yes.
Just add this onto there and then you'll get resonance on 2 meters as well. Just pop it in line as you would with the 80-meter coil, for example. But these, I mean, these are great. I use one of these on the decking in the summer.
Nice.
Not that we've had much of a summer yet.
Well, not this year.
Not this year, but last year was lovely. The sun was out. The wife was sunbathing, basically.
Sunbathing.
Yeah, so I had a bit of radio time. Set one of these up. It wasn't the max version, but it came with the tripod. I think it's the... which one was it? I'm trying to think.
Possibly the DX.
It was the DX version, yeah, straight DX version. 10 meters of coax, just ran it straight out from the kitchen, and yeah, works quite a few stations on 20 meters quite easily. And
nice. What power are you running?
About 6 watts, 6 or 7 watts.
Easy, nice.
So yeah,
very nice.
Batteries are running low. But yeah, nice for portable operations. So it does work on low power. FT8 obviously works really well on FT8. Just put it in the garden. A lot of guys are saying at the moment that they're kind of stuck with regards to operating. I mean, you've just moved house.
I have.
Any antennas up yet?
None at all.
Same, I've been at mine for 2 years, no antennas up yet. So yeah, it's ideal if you just want to get on there, you can pop it in. I mean, no doubt you'll be able to pop it in on the patio. And
yeah, absolutely. Get a bit of operating in.
So shall I reserve this one for you then?
That'd be perfect if you could. Thank you.
And this one has been inspected by Mike.
By Mike? I was going to say on it.
It does say on there. So.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mike.
I was going to ask who Mike was.
Well, He's obviously the inspector.
In the inspector for super antenna. So, what about though, Tony? Let's just imagine the scenario. We've got a super antenna set up.
Yep.
We're on top of a summit. Let's say we're doing a bit of SOTA. We're tapping away on CW on 30 metres. A bit windy on top of the hill.
It is quite windy out there.
How can I guy it?
Well, just so happens we have Dyneema rope back in stock. So it's a braided rope. I mentioned this on the live video on Saturday because really do push this. It's got a lot of other uses other than guying antennas, but it's very good for guying. You can double up the braid, and I think it's, I always get confused as to whether it's 640 kg or 720 kg breaking strain.
Does it not say on it?
It probably does.
It probably does, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't, but they used to say it on there, and this one's been inspected by
TH.
And you know, we often send products out and people say, is it going to arrive okay? Is it going to be fine? You know, is it going to look used, etc. A lot of the manufacturers now are testing products before they send them, which is good. So they are being inspected prior to dispatch. But if you do have an issue, please call. You know.
We're only a phone call away, and it's our job to help you.
Exactly, and most of our suppliers, Martin spends a lot of time sourcing suppliers and making sure basically that the goods arrive and they are up to a quality that we want to sell and retail back out again. So
absolutely.
So yeah, with regards to this, under £35.
Yeah, it's 200 foot.
It is 200 feet.
61 metres. It's a conversion just in my head. I
mean,
it doesn't say it on it at all. I don't know what you mean.
Does it not? No?
No, and it doesn't say it at all. It honestly, it doesn't.
I'll gradually put my thumb over that for you. But no, I mean, this stuff is great. I've said it before. I use it at home, hanging up the mirror in the front room. And
lots of this. I mean, it's designed for sailing, isn't it?
It is designed for sailing, yeah. For those of you that remember our mic that we used to have a few years ago. Yeah. Before my time. Manager Mike, before your time. Yeah. He was an avid sailor, and I think he put us into these guys actually. Okay, well there we go. So, hi Mike, wherever you are. Hope you're still swimming with dolphins. Anyway, moving on from that, we do have standard rope and stuff as well. Yeah, we do stock. So if it's a bigger install, then you know obviously it's fine. Moving on from that is final thing. The final thing. Now we don't really push these very much, but if you own an 818 or an 817 from Yaesu, you've got to have a case. How is your radio? Have you still got a case on it? Perfectly fine, yeah. I got mine the second week, I think, from when they were released, the 817. Okay. It's kind of like Trigger's broom. so I'll say thank you to Chris as well if you're watching, old manager Chris. Yeah. The finals have been replaced a few times. So as a newcomer to the hobby at the time, rather than buy an antenna analyzer, I used the 817. Right, and if memory serves me right, the original 817, it was known for potentially easily blowing finals. Yeah. Very easily. And you can attest to that. Yeah, I can. Yeah. I think it's on its fourth set of finals now. It has been upgraded to the later finals. Oh, okay, so hopefully it should be all right. It's been fine, touch with it's been okay, and I've learnt a lot over time. So great radio though. Stocker in an 818, they've just arrived. They're fresh. And yeah, CSC 83, so it's a leverette style case. Yeah. You can cut out the back to whatever you need. So if you're running FT8, for example, take the minute in socket out. Exactly. I mean, you must have had one of these. I did when I had my 817. In fact, I think I had two. I bought one for my original 817, which I then gave to my dad. That's very nice of you. I know. And then he's going to miss all the freebies now. He's going to miss all the freebies. Now I've moved out. And then when I bought my 817 ND, I bought a new case. That's good. Yeah. I wonder who's using your radio as well. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Send us an email. If you were the guy that bought Jonathan's 817, yeah, email us. Let us know how you're getting on with it. If there's any faults with it, etc. If there's any faults with it, well, I just thought you could maybe give him a bit of money back. Oh, okay. Anyway, speaking of the 817 and 818, Jonathan's done an instructional video with a new product that we've done. Yes. Which are the MyDEL leg pegs. Yes. So little legs that will raise the front of the radio to make it a lot easier to use if you're using it on a desk. Yeah, it's a traditional style design which has been improved basically because they always sat quite low, I seem to remember. So a little bit the nice thing is that you can still use the CSC 83 with the legs installed. You have to trim it in a little bit, but it does work. Okay, that's good. So that's another thing. Was it easy to do? Relatively easy to do. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just getting the order of the washers correct.
Okay.
That's the only thing. But if you watch the video, which is coming up in a few minutes' time, that I explain what washers need to go where.
Okay, and before we go, Martin's asked to give you an update as well to say the weather is getting better, and you know what that means?
Antenna season.
It does mean antenna season, so we'll be featuring some new antennas which are coming out for 4 meters very soon.
Excellent, looking forward to that.
MyDEL range of 4 meter antennas, ranging from verticals for home to, I think we're going to be doing a HB 9CV.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I got it around the wrong way. HB 9CV and also Moxon.
Oh, excellent.
So that will be good. And also with the weather getting good, you know what happens, Mr. Lynch will be going out and about.
Is that a threat or a promise?
No, that's a promise.
Okay.
It is a
all
promise. Right. So for those of you that enjoyed the Martin videos where he went out about visiting places, and we're going to try and get to operate a bit more now as well when he goes there.
We could send him out portable with a super antenna and a 705.
We could do.
That sounds like a
He's
great
got a 705.
He does have a 705.
He does. It's got quite a few radios now actually. So we're slowly getting him into that relaxed way of enjoying his own time.
Yeah.
So it will happen. We will get him videoed on air.
Yeah.
Operating. So
are we going to set a deadline for that?
No. No. That's going to be too much for that. And just before we go as well, I'll just say apologies for the noise. We're having the premises rejuvenated.
Renovated,
probably more rejuvenated because it's just breathing a bit of life back into the guttering basically.
Yeah,
so,
after it's been breathing water down our necks for the last little while.
It has, yeah. We've been lucky that you've not had to visit and catch the drips on your head basically as we've been doing. But so that will all be done. Also we're going to be working on new areas within the workshop. Not within the workshop, within the showroom.
Within the showroom?
Within the showroom. We've got a new guy starting in the workshop very soon.
Yes, we do, yeah.
Which we do. So yeah, we're looking forward to when they come back in, which should be April, all depending on what the government say, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're prepared and look forward to seeing you when you come in. So thanks for watching.
And now we'll go over to the install video for the new MyDEL leg pegs. So you will need an FT818. Here is one we prepared earlier. Same thing applies though if you're using an 817 as the exactly the same installation process. So first thing to do is we're going to just get all the bits out of the bag and have a quick look. So be a little bit careful, make sure you do get all the bits out. When I was had a look at this earlier on, there was one little clear washer that did not want to come out of the bag, and I didn't realise until I was sort of looking through and counting all the parts. So that bag is definitely empty. So we've got the 2 legs themselves. We've got 4 little rubber feet which are used right at the end of the install process, and then we've got 4 little screws. You can probably see those, 4 of those little screws. I'm going to pop those bits down. There we go. So yeah, we've got 4 of those tiny little screws which are used to install them. Then we've got 4 of these stainless steel washers, which are very important. I'll show you why later. The camera might focus. There we go. So we've got those as well. Then we've got 2 types of plastic washer, and these are crucial you get the right ones in the right place, and I'll show you where they need to go. But you've got a thin washer as well as a thicker washer. So what I tend to do is to split them off into little groups. So I've got my 2 thin ones there, I've got my 4 thick plastic washers there, I've got my 4 screws just there, and I've also got my 4 stainless steel washers as well. So now the next thing we've got to do is simply take off the 2 strap hooks on either side of the radio. So we'll do that now. So we've taken off both the side panels, and we've got our 4 screws that came with the radio. And what we're going to do is going to pop those just into the plastic bag that everything came with, just to keep them safe. And I suggest you do the same. Maybe pop them in the box that the radio came with, just so you know that you can pop them to one side, keep them safe if ever you want to take the legs off the radio for whatever reason. So I'm going to pop those just off to one side. Now, the next thing to do is to install the legs themselves. Now we're going to start off with the right hand leg, and it's very important you get the correct leg here, and it is quite easy to get them mixed up and install the wrong one. But the right hand leg has this little sort of cutout on it, whereas the left hand leg doesn't. So the right leg has that cutout for the very purpose of going round the microphone connector on the radio. So if I bring up the radio, you're able to see that if I line that up, that cutout lines up with that mic connector perfectly. If you get the wrong one and you install the left hand leg on it instead, well, then you'll find that as you extend the leg out, it fouls on that mic connector. So make sure you get the correct leg on the correct side. So we're going to start off with the right hand leg, and we're going to pick up one of the two strap hooks. Now it doesn't matter which one you pick up because they are both the same. So first thing we're going to do is pop a screw through. Then we're going to put on one of the thinner plastic washers. So I've got one just here, and that just goes over. All that simply does is stops the leg itself sort of fouling on the metal of the hook, the strap hook. Then we're going to put the leg on. Then we're going to go for one of the thicker plastic washers. That's going to go on just like that, and that's the bottom one done. Next, what we've got to do is pop a screw through the top hole. So there we go. Then we're going to put on two of the stainless steel washers. So there's one, and there's two. And then we're going to finish it off with one of those thicker plastic washers again. Now it's very simple. It's just screwing it onto the radio. So I'm just going to make sure that nothing's in the way if I move the radio more into the center of the frame. And as you're screwing it in, you don't want to screw it too tightly. You don't want it to really sort of yank it on there. You just want it to be nice and sort of tight, so it's not going to come loose, but not too tight that it feels like it's very hard to move the leg itself. It's also important to not do one screw up more than the other as you're screwing it in. So take your time, do it so it's just got a little bit of resistance, and that way you'll know that the leg itself will easily move, but it's not going to be causing any damage there. So now we've done one side. That was very easy. We're going to do the second side. So again, we're going to pick up the second strap hook. We're going to pick up the screw, and again, I always do the bottom one first. I don't know why. It's just what I tend to do. Then it's a case of putting on the leg, and it goes on just like that. It's very easy to know you want this sort of flat side to be on the bottom of the radio. So if you imagine that you've got the flat side on the bottom of the radio, that way it will work. Then we put on one of the thicker. Oh no, sorry, I missed the thin washer. Let's just put that thin washer on, and then the leg. Then we're going to put on that thick washer, and that's going on just like that. Then we're going to pop on the top screw. Then we're going to do the two stainless steel washers. So that's one, and that's two. Then we're going to go for that thick washer, that thick plastic washer again. So that just holds it, and it's quite nice. Those sort of plastic washers, they have a little bit of friction to them, so everything sort of stays on there as you're screwing it on, which is nice and helpful when you're installing it. Then it's just a case of once again screwing it in. So I'm just going to do that top screw. Let's move into the centre of the frame for Henry, because otherwise he'll shout at me when he's editing. I'm going to do that bottom screw. Again, not doing one up really more than another. If you do one up far tight, you'll find it very difficult to screw in the other screw. So take your time with it. You want it just to have that nice bit of resistance, but it not being overly tight, as I say. Then you'll find that you get that nice action. So there you go, that's both legs installed. And if I was to set it down, possibly can't see, but there's a nice gap, lifts up the front of the radio for a far better operating experience. The very final step to do, and I'm not going to do it in the video, but it's to install the 4 plastic rubber feet, and they very simply go on. The suggested positions for them are, actually this 817 has the original feet, but one there, and then 2 on this very back portion here. You can see at the back of the radio, it sort of slants down, so it's suggested that you put the little 2 of the feet just there and just there on that slant, and that will make sure keep the back of the radio just up a little bit, so you can easily get a PL259 into that SO239. And it really is as simple as that. If you wanted to take them off, it's very easy to do, just do the whole thing in reverse, and that's why we kept on to the original screws. Of course, any questions, you can drop us an email at sales@hamradio.co.uk, and of course, if you need to, you can rewind the video and watch me do it all over again. I will do it as many times as you need me to. Until next time, bye-bye.